People assume that Doctor Who's plotline is a strict progression of cause to effect, but actually from a non-linear, non-subjective viewpoint, it's more like a big ball of wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey heartbreak. Hey guys, and welcome to week 1 of Doctor Who on TheFandomonium. I'm sorry I've made you wait so long for this video. I've been really busy. So a few of you watching now might be thinking, what exactly is Doctor Who all about? I mean, I'd be pretty surprised if you were thinking that, but I'll give you a brief summary of the plot anyway. I'm sorry, sometimes I forget that not everyone watches Doctor Who. Basically, Doctor Who is a children's sci-fi program about a Time Lord, that is to say a humanoid alien with 2 hearts from the planet Gallifrey, and his adventures exploring the universe in his time-travelling spaceship, the TARDIS, which, by the way, takes the form of a 1960s London phone box. This particular Time Lord is known as the Doctor, and he travels through time and space with his various companions, sometimes saving the universe and stuff. Now, the Doctor is the last of the Time Lords after most of his race was wiped out in this huge war with the Daleks, known as the Time War. And this is one of the main sources of the Doctor's ongoing and perpetual angst throughout the series. There have been 11 reincarnations of the Doctor throughout the show's 50-year span, as depicted on my shirt here. This works in terms of the plot because every time a Time Lord dies, he is said to regenerate into a new form of himself, thus making him essentially immortal. The first ever episode of Doctor Who was shown 50 years ago, at 5:15 on the 23rd of November 1963 on the BBC. Fun fact, the show was originally intended to be this educational family show that taught kids about certain aspects of science and history through the use of time travel. Who would have known? The idea for the Daleks was originally rejected in the first series, the Daleks being the Doctor's main enemy. However, with no other finished scripts for Season 2 and the BBC's desire for Season 2 to be as successful as Season 1 was, they eventually used the script with the Daleks in, which was called The Mutants. This led to a huge boost in the show's merchandise sales and the development of the most popular villain in Doctor Who. After this, the BBC produced 24 further series, totaling 26 series of Doctor Who on BBC One. But less and less people were watching Doctor Who, and it began to be pushed out of its slot in primetime telly. Eventually, the controller of BBC One at the time, Jonathan Powell, suspended the production of the show in 1989. I say suspended, but as there were no particular plans for the show to be carried on into its 27th season, it was pretty much as good as cancelled. The BBC wanted Doctor Who to relaunch through a different production company, leading it to team up with BBC Worldwide, Fox and Universal Studios to produce a TV film in 1996, 7 years after production had been suspended. And this was broadcast by Fox. Film featuring Sylvester McCoy and Paul McGann as the 7th and 8th Doctors was surprisingly popular in the UK, but not so hot over in the US. So sorry about that, Americans, you missed out on your own series. And then bam, 26th of March 2005, Doctor Who returned to our screens with Russell T Davies as the head writer and the lovely Christopher Eccleston as the 9th Doctor. And the new series directly continued from the plot of the show in 1989 before it was suspended, so everyone was happy. Since 2005, there have been 6 further series of Doctor Who, in which we've seen the introduction of both David Tennant and Matt Smith as the 10th and 11 reincarnations of the Doctor. And they've done this along with a whole host of amazing companions. Also, Steven Moffat took over as head writer in 2010. And that's where we are now. So Matt Smith is the Doctor, he's got this companion called Clara, and she's fabulous. However, Matt Smith is due to regenerate in Christmas of this year, which is pretty sad, but exciting, I think. Oh, and you may have noticed this year, 2013, is the show's 50th anniversary, making it probably the longest running TV show ever. Insane. Now is the time to watch Doctor Who. That's it, basically, folks. Make sure you tune into Fion's video next week, in which she gives you the lowdown on Doctor Who's fan base. It's going to be awesome. Bye!